Let's play I Doubt It.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love I Doubt It.
I doubt it.
Shiloh, don't cheat.
What do you mean don't cheat?
Why are you looking at my cards?
Look at Sinead. Look at Sinead.
1-4.
I doubt it.
Oh. 2 queens.
I doubt it.
Oh, man.
One king.
I doubt it.
Oh, man.
1 ace.
Her strategy is to always look like she's lying. So we never know. You never know. She's like overly laughing so that we just.
1-8.
I doubt it.
I knew it. I knew it.
You guys are not good liars.
Welcome to the dinner table, we gon' talk it out. Serious or playful, fam and friends speaking aloud, yeah. He said, she said, we said that's what we about. Family talking together, listening to every member, yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to make this.
I know pizza.
Pizza.
First of all, I'm so glad that Daz is making the pizza because he's the expert.
Growing up, I used to have pizza probably once a year.
What? No.
What?
My parents just wanted to raise me super healthy. It was always about plant-based. It was every time I'd look in the fridge, it'd be some new type of plants or some new vegetable that I've never heard of before.
Wait, so there was no junk food in the house, like none whatsoever?
Well, actually, they did have junk food.
Oh.
They would lock it up in a cabinet, and
What?
they'd lock up junk food in a cabinet. And then me and my sister and my brother would try to sneak in the cabinet and break it open.
Did you ever, like, succeed or anything?
Yeah, we succeeded all the time.
They probably weren't the same grandparents I grew up with. Like, they give us ice cream all the time.
Yeah, that's
true.
the same one. The same
Same
grandmother.
parents.
That's the same parents.
I'm telling you, the plant-based of the 80s was not how it is right now.
I can imagine. I mean, there's so many products these days, you know, that make it easier to be a vegan. I mean, there's like natural vegan, processed vegan, all types of vegan.
You know, after I had all of you and I had gained weight and I was tired and I just wasn't feeling great, I started looking online and I started exploring, like, how can I feel better naturally? And the first thing that came up was going plant-based.
Who was the second person to
I
become
think it was
vegan?
just Sinead.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I was following some trends online too. I just saw
Oh,
other
wow.
influencers doing it. And I was like, hey, this kind of looks cool. It ended up helping all my health problems.
Daddy and I are responsible for what we bring in the house, but we never wanted you guys to feel pressure.
If you guys noticed, there was no junk food locked up in our house.
But I remember the day that you guys were like, you know, challenging all of us if we can like, become vegan for a year.
I remember it vividly. That one day, Mom gathered us all in a room and was like, you know what, guys? Let's all be vegan like Sinead. But only for a week. Here we are, 2 years later.
I asked you, though, after that week, I said, well, how do you feel, Shiloh? Hint, hint. Do you want to go back to your regular eating?
Did I say yes or no?
You said, no, it's okay. And I
Because
said,
I didn't want to make you feel bad, that's why.
hey,
What a
I already
great
knew.
son.
Trying it is not bad because then you realize that you can incorporate more plant-based meals into your diet.
Oh yeah, I would say juicing did a lot for my acne. Like my skin has been almost completely clear.
Shiloh, how did your friends react when you told them that you were going plant-based?
They kind of teased me about it. They would like send pictures of them like eating chicken, dairy, and everything, and really make me crave it. But you know what? I kind of pushed through it. They kind of left me alone after that.
When you went vegan, did some of your friends look at you weird?
They'll be like, you go, girl, but
Slay.
that's you, that's your thing.
A lot of people don't know how we, get our protein or where we get our food from as vegans. It's interesting because we all shop at the same places as our friends.
Right.
But for some reason, now that we're vegan, I feel like we see way more options than we did when we were not vegan.
Yeah.
One of the things that I also tried recently was a farmer's market. A lot of different vendors and farmers and people who make certain food come together on like an open marketplace, and then you can go to the stalls and you can buy food there.
How do you become plant-based if you live in cities and you don't have access to certain fresh foods?
There are these things called urban gardens. It's fascinating how you can take a space that doesn't have a lot of soil or plantable space and create these wonderful gardens that are able to feed their communities.
Ooh,
Wow.
okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Our dinner guest, artist, designer, and urban gardener, Ron Finley, is doing just that. You know, in 2010, he planted a garden in his native South Central LA neighborhood, but was cited by the city of Los Angeles for gardening without a permit. This self-proclaimed gangster gardener fought back and eventually won the right to grow his own food in his own neighborhood. Through his namesake organization, the Ron Finley Project, Ron's mission is to rejuvenate and educate communities through gardening. Oh, that's our guest.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Ron.
What's up?
Welcome.
I come bearing gifts straight from the farm.
Thank you, bro. Guys, Ron's here.
How you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming for dinner. Have a seat.
This looks beautiful and delicious.
Okay, so we've got margarita pizza and soy chorizo with summer roasted corn.
And a kale salad to balance it all out.
Yeah.
You ready to dig in?
Yes,
All right.
Which one would you like?
all of them.
Okay, all right.
I'm guessing you want a lot of salad.
Why are you guessing that? Why are you guessing that I want? How you know I'm not full up on salad? Because I see it every day.
Were you always interested in gardening?
I used to work on the garden in the yard at my home in South Central with my mom, and actually that was my first hustle as a child, was doing the neighbors' gardens. We used to clean their gardens, had a push mower, so the only thing I saw back then was, ooh, I just made $2 to go to the movies, because it was like the 1800s.
So as a child, what was your relationship with food?
There was TV dinners, and there was these fast food companies that we thought were safe, and we thought the food was healthy.
So do you think it's important for kids to get educated on gardening?
I think it's important that everybody gets educated on gardening, because it's a life skill. It's not a hobby. It's not for the ladies that lunch. It's not, it's not for old people. I mean, you need to know how to grow your food. You need to know how to cultivate. You need to know how to harvest. And you need to know how to cook. No one can ever take that away from you, ever.
Can you tell us more about the Ron Finley Project and its mission?
I believe gardening is freedom. And you get to have something that you control, and that's growing your own food. With us, we don't associate food with wealth. We don't associate food as being a resource. The only resource that they show us is money, and that needs to change.
Can you tell us when you first discovered that this is a big problem?
With the food system, it was slow, because you're eating at the fast food places and you think it's cool. You realize the health disparities in your neighborhood, and then you see how sick so many people in your neighborhood have become. And then you go to the grocery store and you see these beautiful tomatoes wrapped in the cellophane, and it says maybe sprayed with shellac to preserve the freshness. And I'm like, and it took me back in junior high when in woodshop, what we put on the wood to preserve it was shellac.
Oh no.
And so this is food grade shellac though, but still. And then you look around your neighborhood, there's nothing healthy to eat around here. And so you have to literally leave your neighborhood to get anything healthy. And that's what the whole food desert term came from. I call them food prisons. You have to escape to get anything healthy.
Wow. That's true.
I'm hearing the term thrown around a lot. What is food insecurity?
It's certain communities, and usually communities of colors, they have a system where they don't have enough food. They don't have, and not just enough food, they don't have enough healthy food. It's just not provided in the neighborhood. Even Los Angeles, even South Central right now, we have a lot of the supermarkets closing down. And they're closing them down systematically in South Central. So now where are the people that live, the thousands, the hundreds of thousands of people that live in these neighborhoods, where are they going to get their food from? And now, what do we have? These corner stores and corner markets, and you don't know where.
Fast food places.
Yeah. So, and you got to realize it's by design.
Right.
Wow.
And in order for them to even get to the stores, like, the main supermarkets, that would require gas money. A lot of people don't have that, or bus money, and or the time now to take a bus and then
Go
the
out
whole
of
route.
the area.
Right,
yeah.
That's
So-
that part right
Especially
there.
in LA.
Yes.
Why are you called the Gangster Gardener?
I'm called the Gangsta Gardener because gardening is gangster.
Ooh.
Okay.
We're dealing with some real gangsters who are the
Right.
ones who have designed and keep these systems going.
That's right.
And people need to realize that the systems that we think are bad, yeah, they're bad, but they work for some people. There's a lot of people making money out of bad systems.
Well, it's kind of like going back to how you saw that as soon as you would start to plant a garden in the empty areas in the community, you would get citations, but when you let it go and just let the weeds overgrow it and garbage or whatever, you were left alone.
Nothing happened. You don't mind my neighborhood looking like this, but if I want to plant a fruit tree, if I want to feed people, if I want to give people a different view, you got a problem, and I get a citation.
Wow.
I was able to get the law changed with some help from some other folks. And throughout the city of LA now, you can plant on the parkways, you know, the strip of land, you know, between the sidewalk and the street.
How did the community react when you started your gardens?
Well, at first they thought I was crazy. Yeah. I did it on the street because I wanted people to see what's possible, what our streets could look like.
So how does not having access to fresh food affect your health?
Without access to healthy food, you don't have no health. You know how they say you are what you eat?
Yes.
Actually, you are what you eats. Yeah, unbox that.
I'm trying to process
Unbox
that.
that.
So you're saying like the cows, the pigs, what they're eating, that's what you are?
Everything.
Even fruits and vegetables.
Thank you. Yes, everything.
When I was a nurse practitioner, I would have a lot of patients who would come to me with high blood pressure, diabetes, all these preventable diseases. And the first thing that I would talk to them about is diet. I would say to them, you know, when was the last time you ate like fruits and vegetables? And a lot
What's
of them
that?
live off of, like, exactly. Coffee,
what's a
fast
fruit?
food, that's all they were living off of.
No.
And when I would start telling them, okay, we need to go to the grocery store and this is what you need to get. And then the second problem would come up. Well, we don't have that in our neighborhood.
We have to show that we care about ourselves and each other and our communities first. And that's what I'm trying to do.
So what advice would you give people who want to start their own gardens?
To start. It's your garden. You can start wherever you want to start. You can start at the end. You can start the middle. You can start the middle, go back to the front, and go back to the back. You know, it's the bottom line is to start. And you can start in a glass, a shoe, about anything, you know, a container. But the bottom line is just to start. Can't call it nothing else but magic. Here's this little seed, and then I got plants that I could eat. You know what I mean? That you think, oh, in this little teeny thing, there's a big carrot in here.
Right.
I mean, I know you call yourself the gangster gardener, but I would almost call you the preacher gardener.
It's banana date ice cream with chocolate cake on top.
Nice.
And that's
Nice.
I
all
gotta
about that.
dig in.
Dig in.
All right. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Dad, you went really early.
Yeah, I wanted to taste it first just to make sure you guys will be okay.
Guys, I learned a lot today from Ron about urban gardens. It was amazing to see how he changed his community using the resources that were right in front of him.
I feel like that doing it alone is one thing, but when a whole village, a community comes together, it just makes it that much better.
It makes me want to start a garden.
He talked about the magic, you know, to see that little seed grow into something just huge, and then not only just grow, but sustain and nourish like a community. It's amazing.
I think he is bringing me to that next level now, where I know I just need to grow my food. If I want to be healthy, I need to know what I'm eating, and it starts from the seed and growing.
I thought an interesting point that he made to us, though, was that even though he's a gardener, he's not vegan. Right. But what he wants to do is introduce to our communities about clean eating, meaning knowing where your products come from.
That's true.
It's kind of like this ice cream. You know, we can't plant ice cream, an ice cream tree,
Right.
but we know what's in this ice cream. We know that it is made from.
Bananas and dates, it's very
Exactly.
healthy still.
I think by growing your own garden, you're really set free, and you're no longer imprisoned. And that's freedom to be able to control how you eat and when you eat. And I think that is life-changing.
I think we should start supporting more urban gardens.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I do too. Well, maybe put one in our community.
That's a good idea.
Oh, so like start
is.
planting around our neighborhood.
Now that's a big commitment.
It is. I'm gonna have to call him to get some help with that.
Right.
You were looking at my card.
I didn't see your cards.
1-7.
Bunch of cheaters.
4 8s.
2 9s.
What? 4 8s.
4 8s.
2 9s.
What?
What did you just do? Did you just switch
What kind of shady stuff is that?
2 10s. I doubt
I
it.
doubt it.
2 queens.
1 8.
Doubt it.
1 2, I win.
No way.
Good job. Good job. Well played.